Trapped in the trash. February 3rd, 2011. It was a cold, snowy day in Norfolk, Virginia, at a municipal waste management site. The usual quiet of a cold winter day was suddenly shattered by a shocking and tragic accident. The workers were just doing their usual thing, collecting and managing the city's trash. One of them, working alone, decided to clean out the inside of a garbage truck to make sure everything was tidy and ready to go. He climbed into the compactor, which is this huge, heavy machine designed to crush massive amounts of trash. The truck's engine was on, and the key was in the ignition. The space inside was really tight, and with that powerful machine, a single mistake could be deadly. Suddenly, the huge compactor blade started to move. The roar of the machine, a shout, and then a horrible silence showed just how brutal the accident was. The worker was trapped between the top part of the machine and the blade. He died from suffocation and crush injuries. One of the most tragic parts of this accident was that the worker was all alone when it happened. With no one else around to quickly stop the machine, no one could prevent the tragedy. The big question here is, how did the blade suddenly activate? Did someone accidentally push a button, or was it a mechanical failure that caused the machine to start on its own?
The grinder incident.
Inside the ELS company, tragedy struck a 35-year-old worker. She was on a rolling ladder, about 6 feet high, operating a massive industrial meat grinder when the unthinkable happened. No one knows for sure if she slipped or if the machine somehow pulled her in, but in an instant, she was caught in the deadly blades built to crush through frozen meat and bone. No one saw the moment it happened. The room fell silent until another employee noticed something was wrong. Worried by the quiet and the strange state of the machine, they went to check and were met with a horrific discovery. She was already inside the grinder. The violence of the accident left no chance for survival. By the time emergency crews arrived, it was far too late. Firefighters faced a scene out of a nightmare. The grinder couldn't just be turned off and opened. It was a heavy industrial machine, and it took them 45 long, painful minutes to carefully take it apart before they could recover her remains. In those agonizing moments, the raw, merciless force of the machine revealed itself in the most brutal way. No one was blamed. Only sorrow remained for a life cut short so suddenly. Industrial shredder tragedy. This story is utterly tragic. A 29-year-old worker tragically lost his life in Wolverhampton, UK, back in 2018. He was working on an industrial shredder at the time. So what happened? Reports and security camera footage released by the police show that during the incident, the shredder got stuck. To fix it, the site manager used an excavator to lift the worker up to the top of the machine so he could clear the jam. But here's the unbelievable part. The machine was still on. That was the biggest mistake. As the worker was looking for the problem, the shredder suddenly started working again. And tragically, he died instantly. After the accident, instead of reporting it immediately, the company manager tried to cover up the evidence. He even called the worker's phone to make it look like he had left the site. But the police found small pieces of David's work clothes at the scene and decided to investigate. When they checked the security cameras, everything was revealed. The court ultimately found the site manager guilty of gross negligence manslaughter, and the company was also convicted of corporate manslaughter. The manager went to prison, and the company had to pay a huge fine. After this painful event, the worker's family released a statement saying that the grief will always be with them.